Okay, guys, we are live. It's Monday night. It's unusual to go live Monday night, but there was a crazy draw for the last 16 in the Champions League today. A redraw of the last 16. I was in dreamland. We'd got Salzburg out of the hat, almost 1 foot in the quarterfinals, and all of a sudden, mistakes made, human error, whatever you want to call it. And it had to be done again. United got PSG originally. It was all over the shop. Chelsea got Lille, who they ultimately got Lille again in the redraw. And City got Villarreal. And then it was, let's go again, guys. What the hell, UEFA? Unbelievable. But Liverpool with an interesting draw. Intermilan, of course. First leg is away on the 14th to 15th of February at the San Siro, which we know all about. So, Italian champions, they're no pushovers. Salzburg would have been easier. Let's be real. Salzburg would have been easier, but I'll take Inter. I think PSG would have been an absolute disaster, even though we probably would have beat them, but still, Inter's a tougher game, but I'm confident, quietly confident Liverpool would beat Inter, and we shall see what happens. But what a crazy day today. John Downey, how are you? Yeah, tough draw second time round. Yeah, of course. I mean, as I say, Salzburg, it was nice. You're saying RB Salzburg, Red Bull Salzburg, whatever you want to call them. Everybody sort of wanted them. They rarely got, I don't think they've ever got this far before. You're saying that's it, lovely stuff. But human error. I mean, how can you vouch for that? I mean, crazy. I thought they made a mistake in the second draw. That's what I was worried about. And United, of course, we go through the draw, who got who. We predict who go through. Let's say it's hard to predict who's going to go through in December when you've got a winter and you've got a January transfer window and you've got possibility of injuries and players going out of form and teams going out of form and there's Omicron variants and everything else. So it's very hard to predict what will happen, a week before the game, say in February, when you'll be able to say a lot more. But we can go through the games and what we think, what will happen or what will work. But I'm confident enough. I'd be confident with Inter Milan. I wouldn't be cocky. I wouldn't be overconfident. I mean, as I say, they're Italian champions. They got rid of Lukaku, of course. He went back to Chelsea, but still they're dangerous. I mean, Sanchez is there. He's playing well for them at the moment, believe it or not. I mean, Martinez, they've decent side or an Italian side. They'd be hard to beat over two legs. There's no doubt about it. But I'm sure they're looking at Liverpool too and saying, we did not want Liverpool. So it works both ways. Hit the like button, hit the share button. Let's get a few people in and talk about this crazy Champions League draw today. As I say, I was sitting down, getting ready to watch the first draw. It was running so smoothly. It really was. It was looking good. I think Bayern got Atletico in the first draw, and they're probably going, oh, that's a tough draw, And then all of a sudden, they bunched it up with the Villarreal ball, and I think we were involved in it as well. And to be fair, it had to be redone. I know Madrid start talking about that they wanted, the draw to be redone from where the mistake happened. But you can't do that. You know what I mean? Human error. You go again, but it was. Helen Raybold in the house. How are you, Helen? Hopefully you are well. I am absolutely well. Well, as well as can be after that crazy day. We're living in crazy times. It's like the Matrix. We've got variants. We've got pandemics. We've got, draws being done wrong. The FIA yesterday with Hamilton, of course, and Verstappen. I mean, just crazy times. Crazy times, I have to say. UEFA is a shit show. Hope you're well, Dave. John, absolutely. John Moore, I'm only drinking Ribena. Milner's juice here. Milner juice at the moment. I said I have to come on for half an hour or so just to talk about that crazy time because we play Newcastle at Anfield on Thursday night, of course. I'll do a show with Ivan and Jack and maybe Keith either tomorrow or Wednesday night for that, but that's another day. That is another day. Today, we can look back at the Villa game of the weekend, 1-0, Mo Salah penalty, and of course, that crazy Champions League draw today. Wow, what can you say about it? Evening, Dave, and chat, Statman Stubbs football channel. Check him out on YouTube, top of the range. Statman Stubbs, he knows absolutely everything. Mastermind of football. The mastermind of football. You can come in for 10 minutes if you want. I'll send you a link, bro. If you want to come in, just give me a thumbs up. We can get your view on that craziness today, to be fair. You can pop in and say hello if you want. No panic if you don't want to. as I say, I'll stay on for about 20 minutes, half an hour, see who we can get in, see who we can entice in. I know Coppish are live at the moment. The lads do a great job over there. Callum, Drifty, and Matt, they're live at the moment. Probably sucking in all the subs at the moment, but we shall see. Jack might pop in later. But listen, for me, as I say, it's human error. What can you do? You have to redo it. I mean, it's a mistake. They've admitted their mistake. You go again. I mean, the longer it went, the worse it got. I think you would have had, people suing. Everyone would have been suing Sioux City, basically, for UEFA. Although, I mean, UEFA is corrupt city as well. So, I mean, it's just crazy. Real Madrid will be going nuts over that draw. Yeah, I don't blame them. I was going a bit nuts, to be fair, when we beat Salzburg and it was whipped away and we got into Milan. But I'd probably be going a bit more nuts if we would have got PSG, to be fair. I mean, Madrid, PSG, that's probably the tie it around. Atletico United's a tough one as well, to be fair. Joseph Morsi in the house. How are you, my friend? Our draw could have been better, but could have been worse. I think it's a very good game. Yeah, listen, it's a bit of a Goldilocks zone. It's a bit of a goal. It's, not too hot, not too cold. Could have been worse, could have been better. It's right in the middle, to be fair. And it is interesting. That's all I can say about that one. It's going to be interesting. Won't be easy. Caps for bad eyes, guys, says Jose Allen. What? Well, Jose Allen, you're absolutely correct there. We don't care who we draw. We fear nobody. We are Liverpool. You're absolutely right there, bro. We are Liverpool. We are the Super Reds, and we fear nobody. I think, over two legs. Absolutely. Fear nobody. But to be fair, if you're going to go for the Champions League or even the Premier League, which we are going for both of them, you need that bit of luck. No matter how good you are, how good a squad you have, little nicks here, little time dilations. You need that bit of luck. You look at anybody's, Champions League win or anybody's Premier League win. Usually there's a bit of luck or there's a moment in time where you go back to and say, that was it. The Gerrard goal against, who was it again? The goal, that absolute screamer. Gets in, yeah, lads. Things like that, goals like that is absolutely huge. Mistakes, penalties, refereeing decisions, huge. So you need that bit of luck. We were getting it with Salzburg, probably not getting the luck. It turned around on its head, getting Inter Milan, but still I think we should be good enough to go through. I'd be confident we'll go through. I would be. Not over confident or cocky, but, definitely confident. Not till Feb, will Salaman be back for that from the AFCON? Yeah, I think they're only missing for 2 or 3 games in mid-January, as far as I know, or to the end of January. But it doesn't affect Champions League at all. I mean, with this bloody Omicron variant, I mean, anything could happen, to be fair. AFCON mightn't go ahead. Players mightn't be even released. I know there's issues at the moment. United's camp, they didn't train at Carrington today. There's a few COVID positives there. Arsenal are having an issue. So there's going to be issues in the next few weeks. There is going to be issues in the Premier League. There's just no doubt about it. I just hope it doesn't get out of control and there's no crowds, just no crowds business, because we need crowds at Anfield. We need crowds. It's our third, it's the 12th man for me. I'm supposed to be working, says Statman. Always working, baby. Always working. I didn't care who we got. We beat them. We are all too good, world-class players, even matchup. Yeah, listen, as I just said earlier, it sort of does matter who you get in a way. I mean, you want an easier tie, You want an easier tie. You want an easier, not to say a buy into the next round. Salzburg, you would still have to beat them over 2 legs, I mean, there's no mugs left, basically, last 16 Champions League. They're the 16 best teams in Europe. So, the likes of Barcelona didn't even get through. So there's no huge mugs there. But it can make it easier for yourself, to be fair. But Inter Milan, I mean, we know it's San Siro's. Like, we've already been there. We've beaten AC Milan, home and away. And, Inter, you could say, are probably a better team than the champions. But I still think we can take Inter. Absolutely. As John Moore's asking, aren't any really good these days? The Italian league isn't up to much, really. Well, no, not really. I mean, obviously, Juve have been good a few seasons ago. They've lost a lot of players. They just don't have the money. The Premier League is where the money is. The Premier League is where the players want to go because they've got the money, and that's basically it. The Premier League's the top league. I mean, I still think I still think the Champions League, a winner's coming from Liverpool, City, or Chelsea. Hopefully, it's Liverpool for me, obviously, but I think the Premier League is just too strong, far too strong. Okay, you could probably throw Bayern Munich in there and say, okay, but I think they're the top four. They're the top four favourites for me. Madrid, maybe dark horse. You know, it's hard to say Madrid's being a dark horse, but you know what I mean. It's not the Madrid of old. But definitely, we have a great chance. We have a great chance, guys. We really do. We're going to go through all the teams now in a minute, all the games. But no away goals, counting double could be our ruin. No, I think it'll actually help. It helps the bigger teams. I remember when this happened at the start of the season, the UEFA ruling, when it changed the away goals rule in the knockout part of the Champions League, of course. I think the bigger teams, it helps. You know, the bigger teams are expected to win. The bigger teams probably don't need the look of an away goal as much as the smaller teams, if you know what I mean. I really do think that. I think it'll help the bigger teams. But the romance in the away goal is gone. So you won't see a huge amount of upsets, I don't think. You know, so we shall see. We shall see. But it's going to be interesting. I keep saying interesting, but it is going to be an interesting tie. But I expect us to go through. We just go through the other games, of course, of the redraw, as I call it, the first draw. My God, the redraw. Here we go. Well, the big one, of course, is PSG Madrid. I mean, Madrid are not happy about that. Probably PSG aren't happy either. Salzburg, who we got in the first game, in the first draw, got Bayern Munich. I mean, it doesn't get much better for Salzburg, did it? It would have been bad enough getting Liverpool, but you got Bayern Munich. Inter and Liverpool, of course. We'll talk a lot more about that now in a minute. Chelsea, Lille. Lille and Chelsea were drawn in the first game, in the first draw, and in the second draw. So it's Chelsea, Lille. Atletico Madrid, Man United. Now, there's a 50-50 toss of a coin. I really do think that's a toss of a coin who goes through there. It's 50-50. It's hard to call. Very hard to call in December. Sporting City, expect City to go through there. Inter, Liverpool, of course, Liverpool, Villarreal, Juve, another toss of the coin. Juve aren't the team they used to be. And Benfica, Ajax, I expect Ajax to go through. Ajax are a dark horse in this. Ajax are a really, really good side. So it's just off the top of my head, I would go PSG, Bayern, Chelsea. I'd go United. I know you might say weird, but I think Rangnick has what, eight weeks to get United ready, probably sign one or two players in January. You know, get them moving. It'd be harder to beat. Atletico, we beat them home and away. It's still a toss of a coin. I just fancy United in that. If they would have been playing PSG, who would have got in the first draw, I think they would have been out. But I think they have a chance against Atletico. City all day against Sporting. Liverpool against Inter. I think Juve Villarreal is a literally, you know, toss of a coin. I go Juve and I go Ajax as well. So all the favourites really, I suppose, to go through. We are top goal scorers in Europe, says Jose Allen. We are top team in Europe, baby. I wish they only removed away goals for overtime in the second leg. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, Matt Fisher. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It is going to be interesting. Okay, Patricia Benson. I wish we had Atletico Madrid payback. Well, you might get them in the quarterfinals if they knock out. They knock United out, because we couldn't have got them in the last 16 because they were in our group. That was the whole problem. We couldn't get Chelsea, United, or City because they're from England, and we couldn't get Atletico Madrid because they were already in our group. So they were the teams we definitely couldn't get, or any of the top seeds, of course, because we were the top seed. So there was a lot of permutations and connotations involved, and I'm surprised this draw hasn't got wrong before. There were so many bloody connotations and stuff going on. I was surprised. You know, so, but it's a really, really interesting draw. I keep saying interesting Milan draw, but I am confident this moment in time, the 13th of December, only a few days to Christmas, baby. Friday week is Christmas Eve. Happy Christmas to all my LFC family in the house. And I am really looking forward to it. Liverpool are in a great place in the Premier League, a great place in the Champions League, last 16, Intermilan, home and away. And things are looking up. Quarterfinal in the Mickey Mouse Cup next week, of course. We are doing well. We are. I wish we had Atletico Madrid payback. Well, you might get them in the quarterfinals if they knock out. They couldn't have got them in the last 16 because they were in our group. That was the whole problem. We couldn't get Chelsea, United, or City because they were already in our group. So it's really, really interesting. It is going to be interesting. So it's going to be interesting. As I say, I'll do a Newcastle build-up chat Thursday's game at Anfield. Newcastle are in trouble, aren't they? Oh my God. Probably tomorrow or Wednesday night with Keaton, Ivan, maybe Jack. So we'll do a nice little build-up for the Newcastle game. That's a separate show. But tonight it's the Intermilan Liverpool show. It's the look back in the Villa game. And I thought at the Villa weekend, most of that beautiful penalty, by the way, what a finish into the corner. But I think we were the better team. We deserved to win the game. We just couldn't bloody kill the game. We had chances. We just couldn't take them. Were we the better team and deserved to win? Absolutely. 1-0's, that's what wins your leagues. 1-0, tight games, 1-0, clean sheet, 3 points. Stevie G did a good job at Villa. I think he will do a really good job at Villa. Absolutely. He'll do a brilliant job with them. And he would have learned a lot from that game. They played very well. They defended very well. They attacked when they had to Villa. So Villa, he will definitely do a job at Villa. But I was happy with that 1-0. I will take it. I was a bit worried it might have been a stalemate, a 0-0 or something, or they might have nicked it at the end for a 1-1. Which with Chelsea, I haven't won. You could say jammily as well. I mean, 94th, 95th minute goal. Penalty. All penalties the weekend. United with a penalty. City, Sterling with a penalty. Against 10 men. Did you see that thing with Jimenez? What was Jimenez doing? He's on a yellow. It's in the first half. It's going to half-time. Get it to 0-0 at half-time. And he puts his foot out. He won't move away from the ball 10 yards. And he gets a double yellow. Red card. That's docking wages for me. That is docking a month's wage. That was just silly. I mean, he's a Mexican international. He's a proper pro to do something like that. Basically handing City the 3-point second half, 10 men for the whole second half. I just couldn't believe that. 9th of Jan to 6th of Feb, the AFCON. I think that's about right, Helen, yeah? Something, whether still go, I still think there's a slight doubt whether it's even going to go ahead. I mean, who knows what way the world will be in 4 weeks' time, because I couldn't tell you what way it's going to be tomorrow. It's been so crazy in the last 18, 20 months. It's just been absolutely ridiculous. And these type of shows, Liverpool, of course, and you guys in the comments have got us through it. I'm sure it's got us all through it. Without football, without Liverpool playing, I don't know where I'd be, to be fair. I really don't. I'll probably do a comedy channel or something. But yeah, I think you're on the ball there, Helen. Something like that anyway. Hopefully it won't be too bad for us. Obviously, Mane, Naby, and Mane missing. We might sign somebody in January. Wow, imagine that. Or at least get Salah signed to a long-term contract. That would be a nice Christmas present, wouldn't it? I think the internet will break whenever that happens, hopefully before Christmas. Maybe even this week. That would be nice. That would shut a lot of people up. That would be a really early Christmas present underneath the tree from the elf on the shelf, wouldn't it be? That would be absolutely beautiful. But as I say, back to the draw. And what's the standout games for you? Do you think? I think most of the favourites will go through. I mean, there's 2 or 3 games there that are toss of a coin, like Atletico Madrid United. It's really a toss of a coin there. There's no real favourite, you would say. You could say the same for. Could you even say the same for? I was going to say Villarreal and Juve. You probably could. Juve are not the team they used to be. It's probably a toss of a coin too. But Liverpool, I'd say, the way I'm looking at it in percentage-wise is I think Liverpool will be 60% and Inter are 40% to progress. That's as much as I can say. Whereas I think United and Atletico is a 50-50. Villarreal, and Juve is a 50-50. The other games, the likes of, Madrid, PSG, slightly, you can't discount Madrid. It's very hard to discount Madrid. I'm going to go 48% Madrid, 52% PSG. Salzburg, Bayern, it's 90% Bayern, isn't it there? Chelsea, 60-40, I think, as well. Chelsea to go through. Sporting, it's more like 80-20. I think City will go through there. As I say, Liverpool 60-40 in Liverpool's favour. Benfica, Ajax. I tell you, Ajax are a good side, aren't they? Benfica will give them a game, but I think it's a 60-40 in Ajax favour as well. But it's going to be interesting. As I say, all the games have little nicks, little nooks and crannies and little things that can happen or go against you. Player could be sent off early in a game and a team score 2 or 3 goals. Only it's hard to come back second half. No away goals. It's in February. Who knows what way the form will be of any of the top teams. Injuries, touch wood, it's not us. But if top players or fall out of form or anything could happen. between now and the first week in February. Let's be real. Anything could happen. So it's hard to predict. I'm just literally calling it basically on favourites and form right now. But, I mean, to call it maybe a week before Liverpool play Inter in February is when you really want to call these games. But it's going to be interesting. But, I mean, UEFA, they made a right cock up today. My God. The FIA yesterday, I don't know if he's thought about the game or the race, the Formula 1 game between Hamilton and Verstappen. I've never seen anything like that before in my life either. But, wow, just crazy, crazy times. It's all a mess, Dave. We don't know whether we are coming or going these days with, well, I don't mention his name in here. Oh my God. I seen a thing, there was a thing on Twitter today about the party or the supposed party at number 10. And they were asking, I think it was a Twitter poll thing, what type of party was it? Was it a rave party? Was it a, Christmas party? Was it a birthday party? And I said it was a conservative party. That's the problem. But Steve Richards is in the house. Prediction is a Liverpool Bayern Munich final. Nice. I take it right now. And I'd fancy our chances against Bayern Munich, to be fair. I really would. We have a good record. We knocked them out the last time back in 2019 when we won it, remember? That famous 3-1 away win, that Mane turn and swivel. Beautiful, baby. Hope you're well, Steve. Happy Christmas, guys. Hope you have a really fantastic Christmas. And I hope the Reds are top of the tree at Christmas. Tom Conley, evening, Dave. Big change after talking to you this morning. We get the top team in Serie A. Sure we don't. Wouldn't want an easy pathway to number 7. Let's do this. Number 7 in style, says Tom. Yeah, absolutely, Tom. I mean, I thought it was Salzburg. It was Salzburg for about 10 minutes. And we were talking about Red Bull, drinking all the Red Bull, the energy from RB, the Austrian team, of course, Salzburg. It wouldn't have been easy. As I say, last 16, nobody's easy, but certainly would have been easier than Inter. But we shall see. As I say, it's up in the air at the moment. Nobody knows what way the teams will be in February. It's too early. We have a lot of games to play between now and February. Wishing all the best for the Liverpool team. I hope they win. Love and respect from Iraq for all our Liverpool fans around the world. You'll never walk alone. Arez Rania, my friend, how are you? Hopefully you're well. Absolutely. That's why I say it's great coming on live. You always get people from Australia, Iraq, Germany, Ireland, England, everywhere. France, America. It's unbelievable. LFC family is just wow. Stay safe, my friend. Steve Richards had a dream that we played Bayern in our yellow kit in the final. Now that would be, wow. That would be dreamland. I'm dreaming of a red Christmas, just like the ones that Anfield knows. Steve Richard, Merry Christmas, Dave. Absolutely. I do like an old Christmas song. But yeah, look, as I say, we're in a great place. We really are. We have a quarterfinal. I'm not going to be a huge build up to it, but a quarterfinal against Leicester City at Anfield next week. For placing the semi in the League Cup. I'm not too worried about it, but, it's a nice little thing there. Then we've got games coming thick and fast. Newcastle Thursday night at Anfield. Newcastle are in trouble. As I say, I'll do a chat about that game maybe tomorrow or Wednesday night. And we shall talk with Keith and Ivan and possibly Jack about that. We'll do a more in-depth look at Liverpool and Newcastle. But Newcastle are in deep, deep trouble. As I say, games coming 2 games a week right up to Christmas into January. Wow. It is absolutely beautiful. And Christmas coming thick and fast. Thick and fast. So fast, it's just caught up on me, to be fair. I've hardly anything done. And it is just coming thick and fast, baby. But I do like Christmas. I absolutely love Christmas. It's red. It's Liverpool. It's Christmas. But so there's a few things Liverpool need to iron out. All our players are coming back from injury. We're looking really good. We should have Elliott well back before February. Hopefully early January. So he's another one to be coming in like a new signing. I know you don't like hearing that, but you know what I mean. Hopefully Salah tie it down to a long-term contract. That'll be another positive. Maybe someone in, maybe a little Christmas present under the tree, an attacking player, for the fact we might be missing 1 or 2 or 3, well, will be, in the AFCON. Hi Dave, wishing you always happy, singing and celebrating Liverpool's wins. Ares Rania, always happy, baby. Even when we lose, you've got to stay positive, got to stay happy. This is Liverpool. We are never sad. We'll just keep going. No use being sad. No use crying about it, moaning about it like some teams do. Just go with it. Just go with the flow. We have been in dreamland the last 3 or 4 seasons, and I think we will be in dreamland this season. We will just keep dreaming, keep believing. As Klopp would say, keep believing. I think we'll be okay. You know, I was a little worried to start the season. We didn't sign anybody. You know, I was worrying of last season with all the injuries. We got third, which was still a miracle, to be fair. And, you know, it was all about players, the spine of the team, staying fit. Luckily, it's more or less done that at this stage. Touch wood, obviously. We've players coming back from injury. We have so many players coming in. We're spoiled for choice in midfield. I think Jones is back in training soon. Bobby's back in training. Naby's back. It's only really Elliott long term. And as we say, he's back in some sort of training already. So we're really, and we're going to need them. We're going to need the squad. We're going to use the squad. Young Tyler Martin is an absolute huge bonus for us in midfield. He has really, wow, he's only played a handful of games, but he looks the real deal, doesn't he? Don't want to throw too much, you know, on top of his young shoulders. What is he, 19? But he looks the real deal. I mean, you throw him in anywhere. He'd be in probably for the likes of Leicester game, I think next week maybe. There will be changes for that game. Don't want to lose it. We're at Anfield. Chance for double semi, of course. But, you know, I think a transfer trophy there. I mean, City are out. You know, United are out. There's a few big teams out. I think it's Chelsea still in it. Us and Chelsea probably final there. You never know. Or probably a semi. So there's a chance for a little trophy there. It's all about winning. It's all about continuing to keep it going. That's why we won 6 out of 6 in the Champions League, of course, which is brilliant. First time any English club had done it. So it's just very important for the club, for the mentality of the club, just to keep winning games. Doesn't matter how important or unimportant the game is. It's Liverpool. Every game we play, we want to win. Simple. Every game we play, we want to win. If it's tiddlywinks, if it's a game of chess, if it's a game of keepy-ups, we want to win. We want to win. And that's how Klopp sets his team up, the mentality. Salah's the same, Van Dijk, Alisson, Fabinho, Henderson, the spine of the team. They're winners, and that's why they're winners. They want to win every bloody game. There's no rest for the wicked. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's why we've just got to keep going. Got to keep going. Won't be easy. As I say, a lot of games, a lot of nooks and crannies, a lot of little corners to look around. But I think we'll be okay. I really, really do. And I'm looking forward to it, because join us on this LFC Express, because it's been fun up to now, and we're only in the middle of December. There's still a good 6 months left, baby, and I think we are well placed. We are well placed in the chicane, coming around the chicane like Formula One, well placed to pounce, and we might even do a little Verstappen trick at the end. You never know. You just never know. Hit the like, hit the share, hit the sub, get a few more people in, stay on for another maybe 10 minutes if we can. But as I say, Inter Milan won't be easy, but I am confident, baby. I am confident that we can get past Inter Milan. Who knows then? You're into the quarters. Who knows? Anything's possible once you get into the quarters. Last day of the Champions League. You do need that bit of luck. Of course you do. But there's going to be big teams dropped out. The likes of Atletico United's going to go. The likes of one from PSG Madrid's going to go. There could be an odd upset. You never know. You just never know in this Champions League in football, and in football in general. That's what makes football brilliant, isn't it? That's why we watch it and why we love it, because it can be unpredictable on any given day. Any team can beat any team. We've seen it so many times through history of football. Okay, 2 legs, home and away, makes it a bit easier on the bigger team, because they'd have to make a mistake twice. It's unusual to do that, but we shall see. As I say, I still think the winner will come from the likes of Liverpool, City, Chelsea, and Bayern Munich. I think there's one of your winners to come from there. You have dark horses, of course, the likes of Madrid, Real Madrid, and Ajax. You'd have to say are dark horses for winning it, but you just don't know. You just don't know. And as I say, it's hard to call it now on the 13th of December, 8 o'clock, you know, and these games aren't being played in the first week in February. You know what I mean? So just literally on rankings and stuff, you could say the favourites will win. You know, the 8 favourites will go through, but never usually. It's always at least one upset. Always at least one upset there where you don't expect one of the favourites gets beaten. So, as I say, it's going to be interesting. I'm really looking forward to it. The season's been brilliant up to now. You know, we've made mistakes. Yes, we have. We've drawn games we should have won. The likes of Brentford, of course. The likes of, you know, the 3-3 Brentford. I still think we should have won it, but we got the draw. We came away. The Brighton game, we're 2-0 up. Could have won it. Should have won it. Didn't. But we came back. The Chelsea game, could have won it. City game, the Fabinho chance at the end, could have won it. Could have lost it. Could have lost the Chelsea game too. So, you know, it evens itself out over a season. So I will take it. I mean, the last minute goal, the last minute winner, Origi's winner against Wolves. Okay, we were the better team that day. We had all the chances. Should have won it well before that. But we could have drawn that too, except for Origi steps up in 94. So, you know, as I say, 38 games, they even themselves out. They really, really do. And usually, and 99% of the time, the best team wins. And the most consistent team wins the league and Champions League, to be fair, and Champions League. So, you know, you want to be really lucky. And I mean, we had a fantastic team in 2005, of course, in Istanbul. We had Stevie G on fire, of course, but it wasn't one of Liverpool's best teams. And we still won a European Cup, Champions League. I mean, that was an unbelievable win. 2007, we got to the final again. We're unlucky in that final, of course. We lost 2-1 to Milan. 2018, well, we all know what happened to Salah in that game, and we all know what happened to Karius. We're unlucky in that final as well. But following year, mentality joints, 2019. Liverpool, obviously, we beat Spurs 2-0. So, you know, 2021 would be nice, wouldn't it? It would be nice. And I think number 7 would be beautiful. Or number 20 in the league would be even nicer, to be fair. Rubbing it in the Manx's noses. That's what I want to do, guys. That's what I want to do. But get your last 2 questions in. As I say, I'll do something for the Newcastle game maybe tomorrow or Wednesday night with Keith and Ivan. We'll have a bit more in-depth. We can look back on everything, but we'll definitely do a little in-depth look at the Newcastle game because, I mean, Newcastle are in deep trouble. You know, I'm expecting Liverpool to win 2 or 3-0 there at least. And Maxima up front's a danger. He absolutely is. But we should have far too much for Newcastle. We really should. Mo Salama, how are you, my friend? I hope Newcastle don't bleed well. We know the story with their owners. We all know that, of course. That's a big, big problem, of course. But I like Newcastle as a club, and the fan base is brilliant. Of course, they put up with some crap in the last few years with Ashley, but I don't know whether it's going to get any better. I really don't. They've all the money, but you've got to be in the Premier League to spend it. And if you get relegated, what good is that? Hi, Dave. Wishing you a happy singing, celebrating Liverpool. Yeah, I thought I read that one out already, but I'll read it. It's so nice. I'll read it out again. My mate from Iraq, my friend in the house. But as I say, guys, Inter Milan, Liverpool is the draw. We're away at the San Siro in the first leg. And because we were the top seed, we bring them back to Anfield, which I think is nicer, isn't it? Do a job there at the San Siro. Then if you don't do the job you're hoping to do, you can finish them off at Anfield. That usually we see what happened against Barcelona, of course, what you should do. But as I say, I'm confident. I'm not overconfident or cocky or anything like that. They are the Italian champions. They're a decent side. They have a few quality players. But Liverpool on their day, we bring our A game, we get the win. Simple as. We bring our A game, they're not beating us. That's the way I'd look at it. Absolutely the way I'd look at it. As I said, there are other games. There's a throw up between United, Atletico Madrid's 50-50. That's a tough one for United, to be fair. It really is a tough one. The PSG in the first draw, and then the redraw to get Atletico, probably the second team they didn't want. But they'll be a different team in February too. With Ranić there, they will be a different team. They will be an absolutely different team there as well. So Ranić will do a job there. Probably sign 1 or 2 players in January. It's hard to say what teams will be like in February. I think Chelsea and City will probably be the happier teams. Lille, Chelsea, and of course Sporting. I think City will be Sporting, probably home anyway, to be fair. Red Sea podcast in the house. How are you, my friend? Salzburg would have been ideal, but should be Inter too. Yeah, as I say, yeah. absolutely. I mean, of course, Salzburg was the team, you know, we all wanted. We got in the first draw, and in the second bloody draw, we got Inter. I didn't want PSG, even though I think we probably would have beat them. I didn't want that headache. I didn't want that headache. We didn't get it. We got Inter. We could have got worse. We could have got easier. Right in the middle, the Goldilocks zone, Inter Milan, who we got, and I'll take it. I'll just take it. Jordan Hyman, LFC, how are you, my friend? Hit the like button, boys and girls. And we stay on for another little bit. What happened? It ended 1-1. What? Mo Salama. But what are you talking about? 1-1. What ended 1-1? But I think we'll be okay. Memories of Torres and Coit goals beating Inter, says Red Sea. Who is this from the Red Sea, by the way? Tell me who that is. Or you can pop in and for 10 minutes if you want. Give me a thumbs up and you can pop in. Give me your view on Liverpool Inter Milan. Yeah. Good memories against Inter. Even back in 1960. Was it 1965? They beat us, I think. Controversially, I think in the semi-final of a European Cup, if I remember. I wasn't alive, but you know what I mean. Some sort of 60s connotation going on there with Inter Milan. Some refereeing problem, probably dodgy referees back in there. Southern Scouser, you can pop in if you want, bro. I'll send you a link. Pop in. If you're available for 10 minutes, you can pop in. Southern Scouser in the house, Red Sea Podcast, on our top Reds channel, guys. So many top Red channels, as you know. There really, really is. But this is another one. Great stuff. But as I say, it's nearly Christmas, guys. It is nearly Christmas. And I, for one, am happy because I love Christmas. And especially when the Reds are doing so well. And we're up there. We are right up there in the league. Champions League, last 16, Inter Milan, League Cup quarters against Leicester. Too noisy, got my kids next time for sure. Do you know what? Exactly. People don't know. I have a child now. She's 11 in February. So, actually close to the Inter game. She's 11, but I only got one child, but she's not that noisy. So I'm lucky that way. We've younger kids running around, you know. It's not easy to do a show. It is not easy. It ended 1-1, Mo Salama, Liverpool and Inter. Are you talking about the 1965 game? There was some refereeing decision in that game that went against us, or penalty or something like that. But we have a decent record. I think in the last few years, I think we've beaten them 3 times and lost 1, 3-1, something like that in the last 4 outings. So we have a decent record against them. I think a decent record against Italian teams, full stop. But as I say, it won't be easy. I think Sanchez is there, isn't he? Playing decent for him. I think did he score the weekend? But as I say, I'll be watching, keep my eye on Inter now for the next, 8 weeks or whatever, just to see how they're doing. Obviously, a little scouting mission on Inter Milan. But, it's Liverpool for me. We do our job. We bring our A game. We win. We go into the quarters. It's as simple as for me. It's as simple as. Inter didn't want Liverpool. Let's be fair. Inter did not want Liverpool. Tom Connolly says, Dave, what is your prediction for Thursday night? I'm thinking control 2-0 for the Red Men. Yes, 2 or 3-0. I'd said earlier. Mo Salah, the king of Egypt, to continue his goal scoring, and Diogo Jota to start. Actually, I think Jota will start against Newcastle. Bit of a niggle the weekend, came on, of course, against Villa. But I think Bobby's in with a shout, getting a chance as well to play. But I'd rather Bobby in the bench come off last 20 rather than throwing him in at the deep end, because we have a lot of games coming up. We have a quarterfinal, Leicester City, we've Southampton. We've a lot of games coming up, guys. And just, eyes on the ball, use the squad. And I'm sure that's exactly what Klopp's going to do. He's going to use the squad, professionally at the right time. But we are, we have a nice little squad there. It's looking good. Everyone's coming back fit, except for Elliott at the moment, who's a few weeks away, I think. But even Bobby, Naby coming back in. Jones isn't far away. Players coming in. Gomez came back, of course. So, even Neco Williams, I thought, had a good game last week. So, we're doing okay. We are doing okay. We had a good controlled professional performance against Villa the weekend. It was only 1-0. It was tight. It was squeaky bum last 10 minutes, of course. All 1-0s are squeaky, all 1-0s are. But I'll take it all day long. I will take it all night long. Be nice to see the Dazzler on the last 20 minutes for sure, Dave. Yeah, Bobby Dazzler. Bobby no look. 3-0 for the Reds against Newcastle, says Helen. Absolutely, yeah. I'll take 1-0. I think any type of win. It's just about getting the points now. It's just about winning games. The bonuses are clean sheets. The bonuses are more than by winning by more than one goal. Okay, it's goal difference and stuff like that, but really it's about just winning games, going again, winning games, going again, not picking up any injuries, rotating at the right time, the right players. That's what it's about. I mean, Milner must have a chance, because I don't think Klopp can play the three amigos in midfield, Thiago, Fabinho, and Henderson, every match because of the fact age and stuff like that. You know, niggles. Thiago's always has a little niggle here or there. Hendo's prone to it. Fabinho's prone to it. So I know the big games definitely go that way, but just, you know, you've got to be careful and be wise in decisions for midfield, and up front as well, and everywhere, especially midfield, I think. Mo will score on Thursday, says Helen. I do think so. Mo Salah, the king of Egypt. I hope he signs the bloody contract. That's what I want. Hopefully we get Benfica or Ajax. And I'll tell you what, Ajax, Southern Scouser, would not be easy. Ajax are a dark horse. I'd rather to be honest, who would you really like in the quarterfinals? In the quarters, I mean, it starts getting tough, really. You know, if you get past Inter, which I think we will, let's have a look at the draw. I mean, would you take Villarreal or Juve? Maybe. Juve aren't the team they used to be. Ajax, I think we'd beat Ajax, just we'd overpower them. Now they press, they're powerful. They've really, Den Hag's done a great job there, of course. But they play pretty football, proper footballing team. But I think we'd be too strong for them. I really do think. But I think we're looking too far ahead, to be fair. We really are. But Benfica, yeah. I'd rather Benfica than Ajax. I really would. 4-0 to Liverpool, says Ron Carlisle Cummins. Barbados, I think you're from, Ron, are you? If I'm correct saying that. Am I right saying Barbados? Goal fest for the Reds, says Ron. I'd love a goal fest, baby. I would love a goal fest. But as I say, points mean prizes. I've been saying it for about 3 years, guys. Just by getting the points, winning the game and going again. That's what it's about. This crazy, bloody matrix world we're living in at the moment. I mean, there's so much going on outside and inside football. There's even scares of games not being played between now and Christmas because of this, the variant. And I mean, United's game against Brentford, I think it's doubtful. I don't know if it's called off yet, but it must be in doubt. I think Spurs have a problem too. I mean, other clubs are going to have a problem. They're all going to have a bloody problem. Every Premier League club is going to have a problem because this Omicron variant is just widespread. I mean, I'm just hoping football prevails and crowds can still prevail, because we need crowds at Anfield. We know the 12th man. We know how important crowds are at Anfield, guys. We really do. So here's hoping next few weeks, everybody stay safe. Of course, that's the number one priority. But, crazy times ahead still, unfortunately. Still crazy times ahead. But yeah, definitely I'd rather Benfica than Ajax. Defo, says Southern Scouser. But look, Intermilan, last 16. Let's go. Happy with that. Beat Aston Villa 1-0 the weekend. Beautiful penalty from Mo, really was. And then we got Newcastle on Thursday at Anfield. They're the talking points. PSG and Madrid is a big talking point in the Champions League draw. I'm sure Madrid are not happy about that at all. Who did Madrid get? Benfica, I think, wasn't the first draw. PSG got United, of course. But Madrid, PSG, one of the big guns is going out right there. And Madrid, I know they're talking about soon, and they're talking about this and talking about that. I'm sure Perez is very happy. This is a bit of karma because of the Super League on Perez, you would say. A lot of people would be happy with that. But Madrid, I think Madrid could probably beat PSG. I mean, you've got the pedigree. You've got the European pedigree. I mean, there's no doubt about it. They have got the pedigree. But there's interesting toys all over the shop. And as I say, you'll probably get the odd game you do not, expect for a team to go through. And I hope it's not Liverpool, because I hope Liverpool go through. Barbados LFC fan club, peace and love from the islands. Oh my God, Barbados. What is it like there? Under the palm trees, sipping some coconut juice. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I've never been. I've been to the Caribbean. I have been to Aruba. I was in Aruba on my honeymoon a long time ago, good few years ago. Aruba, what an island that is. That's the only place in the Caribbean I have been to. Aruba, Jamaica, are you gonna take it? But wow, what a place. Barbados. Love from Barbados, LFC fan club. Wow. Ron Carlisle Cummins, an absolute legend. The legend continues. Another legend. Willow is in the house. Willow, how are you? Are you happy with the interesting draw Liverpool got earlier on? Of course, a return to the San Siro for the Reds. We've no choice. We've got to take it anyway. We've got to be happy with it. What can we do? We got Salzburg in one hand, and it was snatched out of our hand, and Milan put into it. So we just got to put up with it and go with it. I mean, there's nothing else we can do. Human error, whatever you want to call it. Idiocy, or just UEFA all over the shop. Maybe all mixed together in a nice little stew. But we are where we are. And the draw's being made. We've got it. That's it. That is it. I mean, Mark Goldbridge was on earlier. I was watching his live stream for it to see the teams coming out. And I mean, he wasn't happy with getting PSG for United in the first draw. But to be fair, I mean, he was calling for we got to get a redraw. We got to get a redraw. I didn't think they'd do it. And then I realized they had to do it. They just had, it was an absolute shambles. They had to do it. That would have been trouble if they would have stayed. If they would have not done it and just stayed where they were and said, no, you've got it. That's it. The draw's done. I don't know what would have happened. I really don't. It would have been trouble. Would have been big, big trouble. I'm okay with that one, to be honest, Dave. Just got to go for it, baby. You're right, Willow. Absolutely. And we will go for it. I know Klopp will go for it. But, yeah, got to be happy with it. It could have been worse. As I said, it was a Goldilocks draw for us. I mean, it could have been worse. Could have been hotter. Could have been colder. Right in the middle. Goldilocks zone. Got the team in the middle. And we just got to go with it. Red Sea podcast. They even do a practice draw and still got it wrong. Shambles. Yeah, I know that. They do a few practice draws. Arshavin. Do you remember him? Andrei Arshavin, of course, the Russian international who scored 4 goals at Anfield for Arsenal against us a few years ago. I remember that game well. And everybody was like that to him when he was picking out the wrong balls. But I wouldn't blame him either. It was the bloody system and the guy behind him, the adjudicator or judge or whatever you want to call him, made an absolute beep. Absolute shit show they made of the draw. They did. Absolutely did. I got to go and eat. Thank you for the stream, Dave. Helen, as usual, thank you very much. Happy Christmas. Enjoy your pre-Christmas dinner. Pre-Christmas? No, we're a good bit away. What are we, 12 days away? 12 days of Christmas. There you go. 12 days of Christmas. UEFA gave to me. Salzburg, then Inter. And a shambles was given to me. Yeah, Helen, take care, my friend. We'll talk soon. As I say, we're live Tuesday or Wednesday night for a Newcastle breakdown chat. Either 7:30 tomorrow or 7:30 Wednesday. Probably tomorrow night, we shall see. I'll let you know on Twitter and Instagram at Dave's LFC Chats. Pop on. I'm there as well, Instagram and Twitter. But as I say, stay on for the hour. We give it the hour. Come at the hour. Come at the team. It's Liverpool. We have another 11 minutes. We'll stay on. Hit the like. Hit the share. Get a few people in. We'll stay on for a little while. But slap the like and sub. See, Ron Carlisle Cummins knows the score, baby. This guy knows the score. But yeah, look, it's all about this, baby. This is what it's all about. The Super Reds. It's about Liverpool. It's about the Liverpool family. Ron Cummins there in Barbados. We'd Ranier in from Iraq. I mean, it's just crazy stuff. And I mean, it doesn't amaze me or surprise me because I know Liverpool are huge and worldwide following. But it's just sometimes you come on, you're here and the amount of people from different countries, and you can get breakdowns on YouTube when you at the end of the month. They give you like a monthly breakdown of viewerships and views and likes and dislikes and comments and stuff like that. But you go through a geographical breakdown of countries that watch your show, and I think other than Ireland and England, because I'm Irish, obviously, in England with Liverpool, the likes of India, the likes of America, Australia, Indonesia, Thailand, Brazil, maybe because of Alison and Bobby, all these countries, you know, the top 10, say, countries, Norway, Scandinavia's big Liverpool following, of course, Germany, but India, places like India, I'd showings from like Bangladesh, Barbados, you know, unbelievable. It really is. Indonesia, as I said earlier. Wow. Liverpool have a huge following in Asia, of course, all over the world, but huge in Asia, huge. Yeah, just huge everywhere. And we all know it. Anytime you go on you know, tours or pre-season tours, they haven't had them, obviously, because of COVID recently, but sellouts all over the shop. Sellouts for, like, you know, 30, 40, 50, 60. I think he played in, was it Sydney, Australia, or Melbourne? Somebody know it was over 100,000. A Liverpool game, over 100,000 at the game in a friendly pre-season a few years back. Wow. All singing "You'll Never Walk Alone." Unbelievable. Willow, the LFC family is worldwide, Dave. Yeah, love them all, baby. Absolutely do. And that's what I'm saying. That's the reason I stay on. I mean, obviously I'm a Liverpool fan since I was a kid back in the 80s, but I like talking about them. I mean, I like talking to other people about them. I like doing the one-on-one interviews, like talking to you guys and getting people in from all over the world. And you don't know do you know the thing about YouTube? You just don't know who. I mean, people coming into the comments isn't even all the people that are watching. Some people stay in the shadows, like Klopp or Mo Salah's watching. They stay in the shadows. They don't come into the comments. So you just never know who is watching the show. That's another good thing about, because I'm live on Twitter as well at the same time. This must be live on Twitter and YouTube. I don't do Facebook, just don't like it. And Instagram. I do Instagram as well. So at Dave's LFC Chats on Instagram and Twitter. Love them all, says Willow. Absolutely. Take care, Dave. Catch up soon. Red Sea Podcast. Check it out on YouTube as well. Another top Reds channel, Southern Scouser. Thank you very much. Get you on soon, bro. And I'll come back on your show again sometime. Just hit me up DM, baby. But as I say, interesting draw today for Liverpool. Interesting. Maybe when restrictions lift again, Dave, you can come back over and we can get together. Yeah, Willow. Remember, I met you in Liverpool City Centre in May 2019 it was. My God, I can't believe how time flies. I was with Anfield Agenda with Connor and Craig back in 2019 in May. We all met up in, what was that place called? The beer house or the beer keller? Beer keller, was it? In Liverpool, in Liverpool 1. For the Liverpool Wolves game that we had a chance of winning the league that time, remember? Just after beating Barcelona 4-0, and wow, I can't believe that's 2.5 years ago. I just cannot believe it. David got 83 points on me Premier League, Fantasy Premier League this week, and have Conor Gallagher on bench with 15 points. That young lad, he looks like a proper player for, I know with Chelsea on loan from Chelsea to Crystal Palace, but I don't think Palace will get him. He looks a proper player, doesn't he? He really does look a proper player. Yeah, I like him. He is a proper player. He'll probably end up back at Chelsea now next season. Unless some other big club comes into him, but I think Chelsea probably hold on to him. They have so many players out on loan. They've probably a whole team out on loan again. Crazy system. Ravi Bekhari in the house. Yo, we have to keep banging out the wins. Can't stand still, says Ravi. This team never stands still, baby. Klopp doesn't stand still. Always moving. Always hugging. Always kissing. Klopp hug. He's always there. So the background aren't standing still. They're working on the Salah contract. I know for a fact they're working on it. You know, their connotations. It's like a mathematical. Oh, the legend is in the house. He's in the green room. The legend continues. It's Jack Mack. LFC. Jackie boy.
How you doing, Dave? Apologies, everyone. I wasn't jumped on there. Thank you for inviting me on, mate.
I tell you what, I DM'd you and then I sent you a message on WhatsApp just if you were around.
Yeah, no, I was on with Husam. He was just doing his reaction to the Champions League draw, mate.
Well, what is your reaction to the interesting draw?
It was a bit madness, wasn't it, mate? 2 draws back to back. Obviously, we did get Salzburg first round, and we were like, "Oh, sounds we would have took that." But then we got drawn up against Inter Milan. But I think the fact that we dismantled one of Italy's finest with our second string team. It's not there's no easy game in Europe, is today in chat. But I think if Liverpool can play to their full potential, and judging from the reaction on social media from all the Inter Milan fans, it's absolutely crap in the pants, really.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. It's just a crazy fucking day. I'm sorry for cursing, guys, and listen, it's a crazy world the last 20 months we're living in. I mean, just COVID and Omicrons, and there's more variants. It's like a Transformers cartoon, Omicron. I mean, it's all unbelievable stuff. And I think, to be honest, Jack, hearing the bit of going around with this bloody, it's so transmissible. I think there's going to be games called off left, right, and bleeding centre. I know United's game with Brentford, there's going to be issues with that. Or Spurs have problems.
Yeah,
I mean, it's going to be a crazy roller coaster the next few weeks.
And it's the ground factor as well in it, Dave and Reds. I think we'd all be confident of us winning the competition if the Anfield was going to be the venue for most second leg ties, whoever we face up against, if it's PSG in the last 8 or whatnot, or the City. But I think that we spoke about it, haven't we, over the last couple of weeks and months since the crowd have come back in. They've played into Liverpool's hands massively. But if everyone was playing behind closed doors, I think there was a Champions League game that got played. I think it was the Barca Bayern game, and even with no fans, and it was just it feels like a testimonial game or like a training session.
I mean, it's just crazy. It is crazy. I know it's not the same. But I mean, the draw today. Did you do a live stream for the draw, the first draw, or were you?
No, just done a post match. It was quite busy in the early stages, but I would have done it a bit quicker, Reds. But apologies. I hope you've been all right, Dave. You been working today, lad, or?
I work all the time, baby. No, I was working, but I had, the way I work is handy because I can sort of stop and watch the show. So I was watching it, and I was just about to do a reaction to getting Salzburg. I was putting it up. I mean, it was Salzburg, and that was the dream draw. We know it was the dream draw for Liverpool. And then I heard there was comments. I was actually watching Mark Goldbridge because he was doing quite a good show in it, and he was quick enough on, the teams coming out. Doug was doing a show as well. And I just couldn't fucking believe it. I said, oh my God. I actually thought they made a bollocks of the second draw near the end, and then they didn't.
Oh, yeah. It's a couple of envelopes were passed around, weren't they? But I tell you what, imagine if you're PSG or Real. Perez would be on the
Real in particular. I mean, not so Super League. I just said Fortress Anfield in the house, another great LFC channel down below here. We'll have to do a video soon, my friend. Yes, another Irish LFC fan, Fortress Anfield. Check that out, guys. But I mean, it's just, Jack, I mean, it's crazy. Listen, it could have been worse. I mean, we could have ended up with PSG, and I thought it was going that way right down to the wire. Yeah. It was a 50-50. We got Inter. It's in the middle. It's hot or cold. It's a Goldilocks zone. Could have been worse. Could have been better. Obviously, could have been better. Could have got Sporting or Villarreal even. But I still think we beat Inter. I still think we're better than Inter.
Yeah, it's the thing, Dave and chat. We've got to back ourselves against everyone, really. And I think, as I said, the Inter fans are fuming, and I think a lot of the top teams wouldn't have won to Liverpool. And we spoke, haven't we, Dave, the last couple of weeks, and everyone, we back ourselves against anyone. I'm telling you now, Inter would have been, Inzaghi, the coach, and those Inter players would have been absolutely fuming off the reaction of that, because they've just watched, as we said before, mate, Milan get battered. By our second string, but you've got a lot of decent players. You've probably already spoke about Dave as well, and the likes of Dzeko. He's much more intelligent.
Sanchez is playing for them as well, isn't he?
Yeah, Chinoglu as well. Barella's missing for the first leg, but you got like the likes of Skriniar as well. They do tend to play a 3-5-2 formation, so it'll be interesting that they won't change formation Inter, so it will be whoever we do play up front, forward 3. It'll leave a lot of space out wide, and it very much quite will play into our hands.
Yeah.
They won't change the formation because that's historically what they have done all season and last season as well. It's a huge success in the City app, but yeah, I'm excited, mate. I just obviously a lot can change in the space of 3-4 months.
That's what I said. Yeah, well, it's been 8 weeks, but as I say, it's hard to even looking at the draw and looking at the teams. I mean, we're in the middle of December. This isn't until the second week in February, so injuries, players sign in January. Some teams go on form, out of form, so it's hard to call it. But I'm just going with the favourites. But there's always one or two teams that surprise you in any Champions League last 16. So you never know. And there's Tom May, your bodyguard is in, Jack.
Tom, I do. I'll say it again. I said it on my live stream. You haven't got Tom. Every joking lad. No, he's been an absolute legend. He's been on all of our streams. Every single one.
I think he's a secret Liverpool fan.
I've seen him in Liverpool kits, and he's probably Tom don't mention it. Yeah, he's probably got pictures of me and other rivals when we were very young. But yeah.
Here's an old mate of yours. Do you remember this man from your streams, Jack?
Oh, Ron, how you doing, mate?
Yeah,
absolute legend. Man. Yeah, no, it's fantastic, Dave, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Barbados. You know.
Yeah, it's amazing. YouTube met Dave and well, hopefully in the future meet a load of yous, especially. But we all love Liverpool and all. We just love football, don't we?
As I was talking earlier, I met Willow in Liverpool when I was over with Anfield Agenda that time in 2019. Remember that time back in Willow and Stephen Richards were in the pub. We're in the beer cellar.
Oh, sound really? Oh,
yeah, I was there that day. So you just don't know who you're going to meet. You know what I mean?
Aye.
You have to have your pen ready to do autographs. You know what I mean, Jack?
Yeah. I'm not all that. Just get a cheeky picture with the boys anyway.
Yeah. But no, listen. We're in a great place. We've got. What did you think of the weekend game? The 1-0, a nice professional performance. I know it was a bit squeaky bum with the last 10.
Yeah.
Job done, really.
Yeah, we absolutely battered them, mate, didn't we? But it was just another game, like we spoke after the Wolves game. It's these games that will determine at the end of May who wins the title. When we won the league, we had so many 1-0 wins, didn't we?
Yeah.
And even the Villa game that season, we scored 2 goals in the space of 5 minutes to come back, didn't we? So it's going to be mad. But when you've got Salah in such hot form, in which he is, the man's a phenomenon, and if he does continue this goal scoring form, yes, Benzema and the Lewandowski's won't disappear in the next year, but I think if Mo continues and he does help Liverpool win a couple of titles, most importantly, he's got to be up there next season for the Ballon d'Or.
Willow say we got to get together, arrange something after restriction. I'd love to. Yeah, imagine winning the league. Win the league or Champions League in May or June or whatever. Then you get together, baby.
Yeah, well, everyone was meant to come round to ours, weren't they, Dave? Well, obviously, and we had the tent up in the garden, and would have got me mum to do the barbecue.
I had my flights booked with Ryanair. They were booked 6 months in I booked them around January last year. Not January the year before, that we were going to win the league. Remember that time?
Yeah.
And sure, there was no bloody parade.
Oh yeah, don't let me start on that. Like it's and even if we do win the league, and imagine winning a league and Champions League double, and we didn't get to celebrate it properly, it would have been a bit mad.
Look at Willow. Willow's really getting technical here now. Look, by the way, Dave, I'm watching this on my TV and on my phone in the chat now. That's
always right, Willow. He's getting the views up. The absolute legend.
That's the trick. Thank you very much for that. Cheers, but as I say, I'm going to stay out for a little while because Jack's popped in. But look, Jack, I go through. Ask me if you can maybe get them up, get the draw. Can you get the 16 and we can pop them up on and give me what you think of the other games, who you think will go through. I know, listen, they're 8 weeks away, things can change, but just I'll tell you what I think. You tell me what you think, who'll go through. But you'll always find there's 1 or 2 little nigglers there. Doug is in the house as well. Doug, you can pop in for 10 minutes if you want. I'll send you a link if you want to pop in.
Here we go. Yeah, I share that stream.
We get Doug's opinion now in a minute if he wants to pop in. There we go, guys. The round of 16. So RB, it didn't get any easier for the Bayern Munich. It did not.
Oh, who did they get in the first round, Dave?
Liverpool.
Oh, Christ.
Fucking, well, you're thinking Bayern there straight away, aren't you? I mean, So go through them there. I mean, you Benfica, Ajax. I think Ajax could be a little dark horse here. What do you think?
Yeah, most definitely, mate. Obviously, they qualified with 18 points, similar with Liverpool and Bayern. All three teams are very much flying. Adeyemi, obviously, their young striker. A lot of clubs probably will be after him, but especially if he does knock out Bayern, very highly unlikely, but you never know. Funny things have happened in football. I think Bayern will very much, he's a German-born anyway, and so I think, especially if he does knock them out, but Bayern should be comfortable favourites. But obviously, Joshua Kimmich, he's got long COVID, but hopefully he's safe. Yeah, he's been struggling in recent weeks, and I think he's out of a couple of fixtures in the coming weeks due to that. But if he will be a massive miss if he is missing for a prolonged period, because he's there more or less star man, similar to Trent, very capable of going all over the pitch.
He's a proper player,
but yeah, the Bayern, anything's possible. We've just been speaking about Salah, haven't we, mate? Lewandowski, even with Poland, he tries his best for the international stage, but it's completely different when you've got world-class players around you, and obviously the likes of Leroy Sané, Gnabry, should have enough. Yeah. But I think with all the ties, mate, it's got to be about complacency as well, chat as well, innit? Complacency when you are playing a lesser team. I don't think Bayern would allow that to happen because they're such a massive institution, massive football club. But it's the other fixtures, which we'll discuss a bit in a little second, mate, that possibly could creep in.
So, I mean, Atletico Madrid and United, of course, United got PSG in the first draw, but it didn't really get that much easier for them. I think Atletico's a tough one. It's tough. It's a 50-50 for me.
Yeah. It's all right when we're us, mate, but obviously the rivalry between Simeone and Ronaldo rising to the occasion again, really. Will it be the Ronaldo show? I think Simeone's been eliminated by Ronaldo in the last couple of seasons in the Champions League. Yeah. I think he's got a crazy record. Obviously, the Atletico, they've got defensively a worry for United, but going forward, United should have a capable enough of getting goals against them.
As you say, I mean, Rangnick will have been in there another few weeks getting his tactics, probably signed someone in January. You wouldn't know. I think you'll see a different United by the time they play them. So I still think it's 50-50. Doug's voice has gone. So Doug's voice from today, I'm sure, was gone because I think he did 2 live streams. So Doug, no panic, mate. I mean, obviously the other one, obviously it's us against Inter. I think we'll progress. It won't be easy. They're Italian champions, but I think we'll go through. The other one, I think City got it easy again. Sporting. I think Sporting, they'll beat Sporting home and away.
Oh, yeah, most definitely, mate. As I say, complacency with City, will their arrogance, chat, rise to the occasion like it has in previous fixtures? I think you've got 3 months, as you said there, Dave, all the way till February. They'd be like, oh, we're already into the last 8, and then you never know. Funny things have happened, especially Sporting. I think did they have? I know Barca of old, but did Barca have Sporting in there?
No, wasn't that Benfica?
Oh, was it Benfica? Oh, yeah, they had Benfica. Yeah, they had the other Portuguese outfit, but you never know. It's Portuguese football, and we absolutely battered their neighbours.
FC Porto.
So
Porto were the top team. Porto were the top team in Porto. So you know what I mean? You never know, though, Jack. I mean, as I say, it's 8 weeks away or whatever. So anything can happen in bloody 8 weeks. Chelsea, Lille, decent side, but I mean, they should be beating Lille.
They got them in both draws.
I know, yeah.
As I was saying, chat, couple of envelopes from Roman to the back pockets of the UEFA delegates. A couple of millions getting passed around,
I'd expect Chelsea to beat them.
Yeah, Chelsea should win that, mate. I think they're like 11th in Ligue 1 this season. And
they've had they were good last season, but a poor season this season. I think they sold a few other players. The other one was a weird one. Villarreal against Juve. I mean, Juve are not the team they used to be. That's nearly a 50-50 as well. I mean, that's hard to call. You'd say Juve, but you never know. Yellow
Yeah,
Submarine?
yeah. For me, that's probably the most. I know Real and PSG, very good teams, but as you said there, mate, I think this probably will be. Chat, let us know. It might be the most levelest game for both sides. Obviously, Dybala, well, you've got Morata up front, haven't they? It's not like they got Ronaldo, but I think Villarreal with Unai Emery, they can very much do a 1-0 or a 2-0 away from home, be very defensive minded, but I think it's. I'm going to go Villarreal on that one, mate, I think.
Yeah, okay. As I say, it's toss of a coin.
50-50.
And the last one, I'm sure Perez is happy. Real Madrid, PSG. I mean, Real Madrid, who did he get? Did he get Benfica in the first round? He got a handy one.
Yeah, they got a good one.
PSG, of course, got United, but Real Madrid, I mean, that's going to be interesting.
Perez will probably start up the Super League again, mate, Boney, after this. Wouldn't surprise me. It'll be the winner gets to keep Mbappe. You never know.
Yeah. Well, there you. Well, I think Mbappe's going to Madrid.
Yeah, he's going to Real, and but
this is 50-50 for me. I mean, you can't discount Madrid, even though they're not the Madrid of old. They're actually doing okay in the Primera. They're doing okay. They're starting to get a bit of form now, aren't they?
Yeah, most definitely, mate. I think the flying is in the Spanish league. But for me, mate, when I watched, we've all seen the City PSG game, didn't we?
Yeah.
But how dominant City were in their midfield, especially against a Paris Saint-Germain side. You look at their players, you don't even play Ginny, and the likes of Paredes, Herrera, and Garner Gay, there will be no match for the likes of Modric, Kroos, and Casemiro. When we got knocked out by them last season, Reds as well, wasn't it? We didn't. I think we were confident to beat Real, but the experience, most importantly, in this Real Madrid side, rose to the occasion. And I think that's what will happen in this tie. Obviously, yeah, I think Neymar might possibly miss the first leg, but he's out currently with a bad injury. But still, Messi,
so
it's Messi in it, mate. If Messi turns up on the day, he can do anything on the football pitch.
Yeah. It's an interesting one, but in a way, it's good for Liverpool because one of them's got to go. I mean, one of them's got to go. One of Atletico United's got to go. I mean, there's teams there killing each other. You know the way they usually do the draw, then who gets who in the quarters? The winner of A plays B. When is that? That must be after this round. Is that the quarter?
Yeah, I think that's
it's from the next round, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was, mate. I don't think the orders in which those ties are in will have a factor in terms of the last eight.
No,
for me, because I think if even if all the English sides go through, I think they probably will draw them. Then we can possibly get the likes of Chelsea or City.
That's it. But from the quarters on, isn't it? You can get anybody basically.
I'm going for an all English final. I think if the groups do favour the English sides and the draws, not the groups, the draws.
Yeah.
I think, but if all of us did get to the last eight, I think UEFA would very much want to eliminate as many English sides but it's going to be mad.
Look, I don't know, Bill. I don't. There's just no. I mean, we know what happened today. That was human error. That was just a fucking Egypt doing the draw. But imagine it was a lottery draw and he was picking the balls out and there's a few million. Your man has the numbers. 200 million.
You can understand me or you or everyone in chat, Dave, Joe, mucking it up. But they probably went through about 5 rehearsals of that. But you never know. Oh, Willow's going with
Chelsea.
Is that for the final, that Willow? Yeah.
I'd say she's talking about the final there, baby. I take it. I take that. I take anything in the final, be honest, because it's a one-off game, isn't it? I mean, there's no away goals either, Jack, by the way.
Oh, that's a massive factor in it as well, Dave. We got eliminated by Atletico a couple of seasons ago.
I think it suits the bigger teams that there's no away goals. I think it's the lower teams, want the away goal, if that makes sense.
Yeah, most definitely, mate. Yeah, like we seen Ajax absolutely battered everyone, didn't we? In their run into the semis against Spurs. But yeah, it's to safeguard, as you said there, Dave and Reds, to keep safe of all the big clubs in it. Because if they have a bit of a hiccup, this is the whole reason why they changed it, due to the potential Super League factor. All the top teams, they've done that to appease them, to keep them in the competition longer.
Yeah. I mean, it's absolutely, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be interesting and crazy at the same time, which is great. What way have the bookies loaded up the odds for the final 16? I think Bayern are favourites, City are second, Liverpool are third favourites, if I'm right. possibly Chelsea fourth favourites. They're the top four. Far as I know, that's the top four. I think Bayern are still, well, Salzburg, they're expected to get past Salzburg. So they're basically in the quarters, aren't they? Let's be real. You know, it's hard to say which one of PSG and Real are going to come out. So it's hard to put them in the top four. That's why I think Liverpool are third favourites, 5-1 or something.
Yeah. What are the odds, Dave, on Liverpool eliminating every Italian side?
Oh, well, we've a good record against Italian sides. I think we've won the last 3 against Inter and lost 1. So I think we're 3-1 up on Inter. In recent times, of course, I'm talking about. Anfield Lark, an all-English final in Russia will be fun. That will be fun. That will be interesting as well. Fucking hell.
From Russia with love. Yeah.
From Russia with love. Yeah. But listen, it'll be interesting. But we got to get there first, don't we? There's a long road. There's still, there's a lot of football to be played before you get to that final. But I do think we have a great chance. We have a great chance. I just wish. I'm confident.
Yeah. It was Istanbul last year, but the venue got changed, didn't it?
Yeah.
Due to COVID, but that would have been some final if fans were in.
Who knows? Who knows? Will it even be in Russia? The way they're amassing on the Ukraine border, anything could happen there. Might even be in Russia. You never know.
It was mad, didn't it, mate?
It's a crazy world we're living in. That game might even go ahead if things happen. So I'm sure UEFA won't have a Champions League final if there's any problems in Ukraine. So keep your eyes on that one, baby. 7 games to glory, says Anfield Lark. When you say it like that, it sounds like it's around the corner. 7 games. Yeah. You win your next 7 in the Champions League, you win the trophy. You don't even have to win the 7 because you could win 1, draw 1, win 1, draw 1, win 1, draw 1, and then win 1. You could win 4, draw 3, and win it.
I think was it less for Bayern as well, Chas?
You could actually draw the final and win on penalties.
Yeah. So you
can
win
actually,
6
because your away goals don't count, so you could actually theoretically draw
all
the games and then win on penalties the whole lot of
them.
Second leg,
I'll back the Germans on penalties with Bayern. Where do know them? But
I mean, Bayern. Everybody has Bayern's favourites. Well, because of the draw as well. I think Bayern were favourites even before the draw, to be fair. But they're extra favourites now because they're more or less one foot in the quarters. But you just don't want to be too cocky. Be confident, but not cocky. I think confidence is key. And Liverpool, listen, we're seasoned pros. We know what to do. I mean, Klopp's laughing there in that picture. It's a great picture of him there, isn't it? That's a proper picture of Klopp.
Just reacting to the shambles, probably. I can just imagine him pissing himself after the draw this morning.
I hate when he's live with us and he just freezes. That always happens, doesn't it, Jack?
Oh yeah.
Klopp was just about to give us an interview there and he just froze. That's not good. But 7 games to heaven, says Willow.
7 games to win number 7. It's happening.
It's happening. I'll have to make up a new song about 7. I'll have to make a new song. 7 up. A new song about 7. It'll have to.
7. 7 till heaven. I'm pretty sure there's a club in Liverpool called Heaven. So
there's a few clubs around called Heaven. Yeah. Probably one in Dublin as well. Dreamland. But Jack, so Dave, what should there be? And here we go. Anfield Lark's just taking it out of my mouth here. Dave, what should be our 7-time song? I don't know. I'm working on it. I'm working on a Christmas song. I'm dreaming of a red Christmas. Remember that one, Jack, about 2 years ago?
Oh, yeah.
Just like the one that everyone knows, where the trophies glisten and the cop listen to sing You'll Never Walk Alone.
There we go. There you go. There you go.
It is copyrighted.
Christmas number 1. There we go.
Christmas number 1, live at LFC Radio. 7 stars to put on my tattoo, says Willow. And that would be nice, yeah.
You'd need to leave a lot more space as well, Willow, especially if Jürgen does sign that new contract. To get them to spread it out a bit more with the stars.
Jürgen and Mo Salah to get that bloody contract. That's the big one.
It will happen, mate. I think FSG are counting on every penny that they have to give Jürgen, Mane and Klopp big contracts. It's the thing, innit? I think it's cheaper. We've spoken with Dave and every red around the world. It's cheaper to give Mo 300, 400 grand. He deserves every penny because his form will only get better in recent times, which we've seen. Yeah, he'll be 34, 35, whatever it is, come the end of his contract. But it's the big final contract of his career. And, all these players we said, Dave, and we don't sign these contracts if your boss isn't going to be there for the next period in which they are. So it makes sense.
Yeah. Now, listen, Liverpool are working on it. It's all in the background, Jack. I mean, they're not standing still. They don't stand still. They're usually 12 months, 6 months, 18 months ahead of everybody else. They're a bit like, Back to the Future. They're already in the future, Liverpool. You know what I mean? They're working on next year's bloody players. Never mind January. But that's the way it has to be. That's the way you got to do it, 7 Wonders by Fleetwood Mac. I'll have to check that one out. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the sub. We'll stay on for another while. Jackie Boy's in the house. Jack Mac, LFC, top Reds content, of course.
I've got to. I know that one. Why did
Willow's got 2 arms. Pickford has got 2 arms, but that's no good either, is it? You know what I mean? Let's be real. But Jack, as I say, Villa was a nice win, 3 points in the bag, clean sheet. That's a little bonus. Intermilan, interesting draw today for Liverpool. And Newcastle, get a quick thoughts on it. I'm going to do a show tomorrow or Wednesday. You can pop in if you want with Keith and Ivan. Probably tomorrow night if you want. I'll send you a DM or about it. But quick thoughts on Newcastle. I think they're in trouble, Jack. Big trouble.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of people say, would it benefit them going down? And you'd probably agree with them.
Money-wise, it can actually benefit you and then come back up, but you've got to come back up.
Yeah, it'd be mad, especially if the owners go, oh, we're in a championship now, do we sell up and bottle it and say, nah, just get rid of them? But it's mad, isn't it? As I said, money doesn't always guarantee success. You've not spent it yet, but it's whether they imagine giving Eddie Howe 200, 300 million to spend. It just buy Divock Origi for 100 million.
To be honest, I like Eddie Howe and stuff, but I don't know how Eddie got the job. I don't know, Jack.
If you've got that much of an ambition, Red, as well, and if from a director point of view or people running the club, yes, they couldn't get hold of Emre. Just even get like what United have done now, an interim in terms of charge of the football club for a couple of weeks. And I think Unai Emery was on the back burner, very close to getting sacked a couple of weeks ago due to Villarreal's results. But obviously he's got them progressing through to the Champions League final. Last 16, I think final them. But football is a very funny game, but I can't see them getting out of that, especially the upturn in form in terms of Norwich. I know they're only 16 games in, a lot can change, but possibly could Everton get dragged into there because they're an absolute mess as well. I know we laugh and joke about that, but no club in terms of we've seen Leeds. I know they were very mismanaged back in the early noughties in terms of the financials of their club.
I actually blame Calvin Lewin on his photo shoots for Everton's demise. You know what I mean? Yeah. His fashion sense, never mind his photo shoots.
But it's the Everton fan. Like, I understand it's difficult. They are very disgruntled with Rafa and being next Red, but the problems at Everton Football Club are not just down to Rafa Benitez.
Yeah,
it's bigger than Rafa. It's the people in the board and the wasteful money they've wasted on absolute dross. Like when we had FSG, we were buying a lot of horrible players that should never be near our football club.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Tom Connolly, proper band from the red side of Liverpool Echo and the Bunnymen, 7 C's. Get on it now, lads. I'll check that one out straight away after this. Copyrighted, baby. Willow, you've got good taste. Of course I am. I am a red. Retro Unlimited. Some good news as usual. I think the way it's going, the season's going to get suspended again. Evening Jet, I think it's possible. I think it's a possibility, Jack. The way it's Omicron, it's I don't know. Anything's possible, I suppose. I hope not.
It's 16 games in it, Reds. Sadly, it's not like when we won the league. We were quite a large period through the season. Back then, they could have done I think they probably would have voted on it. Do we just give Liverpool the trophy because we were so far ahead in the league? They would probably City not would have accepted it, but you would have went, yeah, sounds.
I didn't want that, Jack.
Yeah,
I wanted to win it on points.
Yeah.
You'd never hear the bleeding end of it with an asterisk beside your name. No chance.
Yeah, no, but I think at the minute we're 16 games in, whether we pause it, but financially, the Premier League and FIFA, UEFA, you can't afford to suspend it. But obviously, the health is most paramount to everyone around the world. And obviously, it's the people running these organisations in government.
Well, there's a chance that the AFCON won't even go ahead anyway.
If that goes ahead, mate, that just stinks of money. Money getting passed around. The health of the players and the health of the people in Africa and around Europe as well should be protected. And obviously, as I mentioned, Joshua Kimmich, I know he didn't have the vaccine, but it can affect everyone differently. And especially being an elite athlete that all these footballers are, your fitness is so important to your job as well.
Yeah.
So,
well, it is their livelihoods and stuff like that. I know they're paid well and whatever, but still. But the thing about it, it's the crowd. Yeah, well, it's crowd for us, Jack. We need the crowd at Anfield. We know what it's like without crowds, and it was not worth watching, was it? It was absolutely crap. It wasn't horrible.
Yeah.
It really was. I know we won the league that year. That made up for it.
Yeah.
But you want to be celebrating winning it. You want to be in the crowd. You want to be at the ground. You want to be outside the ground. You don't want to be, it's not the same. I think it's a possibility. Let's hope it doesn't happen. It is a possibility, though. It has to be taken into account. Retro Unlimited, maybe laugh Arteta moaning about postponements. He was the reason it got suspended last time. Hypocrite. Well, yeah, it wasn't his fault either that he got it, was it? Remember? Back in 2020, he was one of the first. Was he one of the first people? To get it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He was, yeah.
And I think it
wasn't his fault either, though, was it?
No, it's mad, isn't it? But as we said there, Dave and Reds, in it, it's the crowd that make football. It's not all these from Cocktail Brigade executives that spend thousands on tickets. It's the people that go to ground and go away from home as well. All the people that go away from home, not just for Liverpool, but for all the amazing fans around the globe that go away from home. But it's crazy.
But I mean, what's the story in England? I know Boris Johnson had his conservative Christmas party the other night, but you know what I mean. You get more restrictions in there. We've had restrictions here in Ireland. We've never not had restrictions since bleeding March 2020, for God's sake.
Yeah, it's it can change daily, and it's anything that comes out of Johnson or any, not just English politicians, but
he want to comb his hair at least. Hair at least.
I think it just took a lot of pressure off him for what he's been doing, and the politicians have been having parties and that. So, but retro money over models.
We won't get into that. That's another bloody podcast.
It's been that for centuries, Annie.
That's been going on for a long time. We know all about that. That's just not last week or last year. That's probably been going on for years. And to be honest, the most bloody politicians are saying you just haven't heard about it. Let's be real. Where there's money, where there's power, a corruption.
You wait for them, FIFA.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. So,
could
and
end
the Premier League as well.
Could end up in a lockdown by Christmas week, Dave. Well, do you know what I have an issue with? Our schools over here, Club. My little girl is 10. She's in school right up until Wednesday week, which is the 22nd, I think is the last day. The day before, say 23rd. Imagine getting COVID that week, next week. Your Christmas is ruined, especially if your kid gets it. Can't visit grandparents, can't go around on Christmas Day. It's fucking ruined next week. So why didn't they close the schools this Friday and prolong the summer holidays by 3 or 4 days or a week in June? Let's be, you know what I mean? I could be the Minister for Health if you want. Do you know what I mean? But, imagine a kid getting it next week or even this weekend. What is it, 10 days you have to? Even this week. Get it late this week. You're gone for Christmas. Your Christmas is ruined. So it's just all up in the air. It's absolutely all up in the air. This is getting very political, this show. The whole government needs a shake-up. Well, yeah, it'll be a while before it's in the hands of a normal person in any bloody country. Isn't that right, Jack?
Yeah. It's even football as well, isn't it, lads? We can bring it back to football. We've seen
FIFA.
Yeah,
look at
FIFA even like with the World Cup, mate, Qatar, obviously tremendous for the infrastructure in which they've brought, but it's what they've done in and around that, and especially with the fact that Sepp Blatter got done officially for he's in prison, and he's probably living in luxury in a prison somewhere, even if he's probably being out released anyway because of that much money. But the fact that England and other European or countries didn't get the vote, even look at with South Africa and even Brazil, there was a lot of corruption in the Brazil. Like, there was so much going on about the Brazil. It was the World Cup of Euros, the World Cup, sorry. The economics around Brazil, and obviously the fact that they're building multi-million stadiums away from like a mile radius of
Jack, the
Qatar,
the World Cup in the winter in Qatar next year is an absolute joke. And if that's not money, give me a break.
It's right in the middle of the season. Imagine. What? It's in the middle of the Premier League season, and what we don't have like a 2-3 week month break, and then I know obviously it's hard to feel sorry for footballers for the amount of money they do make, but the sheer amount of football all these players have had, especially if you're an Italian, or look at the young lad Pedri, as if for Spain, I think he's out injured already. You look at like the Michael Owen, these young players when he's played so much football in a young age. Even Rashford, I think Rashford's played too much minutes for such a young player.
He looks like he's a bit washed up at the moment, does he?
Yeah,
and no energy, like.
Yeah, he's burnt out. He's been playing since the age of 18, 19, hasn't he? So week in, week out for United, and it's important that we don't allow Harvey Elliott and obviously our young players to do that. But yeah, it's crazy, mate.
But as Willow's saying there, 2 of our granddaughters tested positive last week for COVID. The only good thing to come out, well, so far it's not over yet, but kids don't generally. I know there might be the odd kid does get sick with it, but the good news out of this bloody pandemic, Jack, is that young kids don't get sick. I mean, it's a different pandemic if kids got sick, like older people do. It's a different story, my friend. I'm telling you, that's a different level altogether. Hopefully it stays that bloody way. But Retro Unlimited is like the Grinch here. He wants kids to stay in school all Christmas. The Grinch is in the house. Alrighty then. And Willow, thing is, neither of them have any symptoms whatsoever, so I think this is one. Yeah, but that's what I mean. That's why it spreads, because they're asymptomatic. Probably you don't even know they have it. I mean, it's just crazy times at the moment. Just everybody stay safe. Do the right thing. Me with try and enjoy. Yeah. Jack, because you have a COPD, is it? COPD.
Just me lungs aren't the best, so
you want to be careful, Jack. Yeah. Have you got jabs or?
I need to get my booster, so
you haven't got the booster yet. I'm surprised you haven't got the booster yet.
And it's a nightmare, so I'll try and get that sorted. But obviously, it's we just got to look after each other, haven't we, Reds? Obviously, look after your own, look after your friends and family, and then, but hopefully in the future we'll get past it, and then we'll see better days. Fingers crossed.
We will get past it. We're not there yet, but we definitely will get past it. But I mean, just there's unfortunately a bit more work to do. But the main thing is look after yourselves, look after your family, look after everybody, and do the right thing and enjoy the try enjoy the Christmas. Get through this winter. I think this winter is a big one. Get through this bloody winter.
It's the fundamentals of what Christmas and just life in general, and it, Reds, and just look, having your family or your friends that close to you, just look after one another. And then Christmas isn't about presents and all that. It's about, as just in life, just spending time with the people that you love the most and you care for. So just the little things in life, mate, especially with not a lot of people did see family and that. But even this year, hopefully we everyone is allowed to see the family if it's safe and not to do so. But it's just
crazy. It's just madness. I mean, the whole world's turned upside down the last 20 months, whatever it is, 21 months or 20 months. I mean, it's just absolutely crazy. I'm looking forward to Christmas. It's a distraction as well, Jack. The football's helped us though. The football's helped us in the last.
Well, if
you hadn't got the football, I don't know what I would have done. I mean, we've talked a lot. We've done videos, podcasts. You know what I mean? It's helped. It's helped millions of people, I'm sure.
Yeah, it unites people, doesn't it, Reds? And obviously with rival fans as well. We can all look at, like, we all love football, but it's the people that don't support football and obviously that don't like football. But and they haven't got the distractions of obviously hobbies and all that. Especially if you're going to like dance or something, like you can't really do that online, can you really? Well, you could, but like a Zoom, but it's not quite like saying hobbies that you're practically better in person, really. But off the COVID talk, mate, really, anyway. Yeah, I was going to say,
we'll try
keep
ending it. We'll
safe
try
and
ending
well,
a positive. We'll try ending a positive note. But I mean, like Jack, as I say, I'll probably do a Newcastle breakdown chat tomorrow night, probably 7:30 if you want to pop on with Keith and Ivan. So guys, it will be. I think tomorrow night.
Yeah. I'm on with Steve tomorrow night, mate. I think that's at 9. So yeah.
Yeah, about 7:30. It'll be only about 45 minute chat. We'll regurgitate some of the Intermilan chat and the Villa game because I want to chat to I want to get Keith and Ivan's opinion on it. Obviously, the draw, we'll go through that, but we look at more Newcastle situation and where we think what's happening in Newcastle. I'd be confident enough of a 2 or 3-0 win there. I think Liverpool have far too much. We have a good record against Newcastle at Anfield as well, so I'm really looking forward to that. Thursday night game, bit unusual. It reminds me of those Europa League nights. Thursday night, no.
We haven't played on a Thursday night for a while, have we, Dave and Reds?
The LFC channels like yourself, Dave and Jack, have helped me get the whole lot of this shit. Really appreciate it. Absolutely, John. As I say, there's no channels without you guys in the comments coming in. That's as simple as that. You guys make the channel as much as we make the channel. If there's nobody here, there's no channel. Simple, isn't it, Jack?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, innit? We all look after one another, and we do appreciate all of you for tuning in. It's all about community. It's all about LFC family. I mean, we know how important that is. Liverpool, like a lot of clubs, but especially obviously Liverpool for us. But I'm confident we're in a good place. I think we'll be okay. Just keep going. Stay positive. I think that's the key. These YouTube communities have been a great tool and help people stay together over the lockdowns. Thanks, like Tom Connolly. As I say, that's what I'm saying. I mean, there's so many bloody channels. These are actually spoiled. So many,
spoiled for choice. I'll try and mention a few that you should check out. And Jack, if I forget some, Jack, you can fill in. There's obviously my channel and Jack Mac LFC. There's the Coppish lads. There's Doug. There's Connor from the Cop Council. There's Mickey Friars.
Yeah, just being on with Hussam. He's a. Right,
I know. Who's Hussam?
Hussam. He's very, very much up and coming. Well, he's been doing his content for a while, but just being on. First time
he's on the football terrace, is he?
Football terrace, he's a top lad. But all of his content, he's quality. It was great to speak to him today, and obviously, as you've already rattled off a lot anyway, and there's probably loads that we haven't mentioned. But
there's loads,
obviously the Red Men and the Anfield Rap, obviously,
but the two big ones.
It's all about, as we said, Dave, innit? There's probably a load of channels that we haven't done collaborations with, but
there's new channels. There's Jamie Phillips football chats. There's Fortress Anfield. There's so many new channels coming in. 1892 Reds podcast, Red Sea podcast. I'm forgetting all of it. James Redmond's doing some great stuff.
Great.
I mean, there's just Channel City. There's Anfield Agenda. I mean, Liverpool football talk. We all mate.
So many.
Started over with Sean in Liverpool or in Canada actually. But just look, guys, spoiled rotten.
We all love Liverpool, and obviously we look after one another.
That's all it should ever be about, Jack. We're all Liverpool fans. That's it.
Yeah, and obviously it's the thing with me, Dave, as well, and you. Like, obviously, there will be opinions that people do say that you don't agree with, but that's life. You got to respect everyone, and I think everyone very much does respect everyone's views and that. So that's how it should be. Football, if you just sit to your mates in the pub, obviously everyone's going to say something different that turns your head, that you're a bit like, whoa, what have we just said there? But I still point to social media and creating your channels. You can have debates and wines. Tom comes in, the absolute legends. My good mate Tom, he's never been a fan, but we do love to wind each other up. But it's good friendly banter, isn't it? So
what is your cat predicting for Newcastle? I can hear it in the background there.
Liverpool, well, I went 6-0, didn't I? So
did you? 6-0?
Yeah. They are, well, we'll discuss it tomorrow night, mate, but they are an absolute shambles.
They are a bit. I think if we get an early goal, they're in trouble.
Yeah, definitely, mate.
There's that many guys. That's why I'd rather support your channels. I create my own. Willow, We appreciate you supporting. As I say, guys, we're going to go. We're an hour and 40 in. This is only meant to be a 20-minute chat. Crazy, crazy. As I say, Jack might join us tomorrow night at 7:30 for an in-depth look at Newcastle. Hopefully, Keith and Ivan would join us too. So set your timers for 7:30 tomorrow night. We'll do a little show. Stay safe. Enjoy your Christmas. That's about it. Reds to beat Newcastle. I'm going to go 2-0 Thursday. And an interesting draw. Intermilan, Liverpool, the Champions League last 16. I'm confident, Jackie boy.
Yeah,
The last word with you, baby.
Confident Reds, as we said, even if without fans, whatever happens in the next couple of months, this squad is probably one of the best Liverpool sides most definitely I've seen in recent times.
But it's one of the best I've ever seen, anyway.
With Jürgen at the helm and with Mo Salah leading the line, we can win any game of football.
The Reds, the legends continue. As I say, tomorrow night, 7:30, we are live.
Cheers,
Stay safe,
matey.
guys.
See you later.